Welcome, everybody, to the
I'm Fat Podcast.
Snacks are best saved for later.
With Jay Zawoski.
That man ate all our shrimp and 2 plastic lobsters.
And Rick Camp.
Out of the mist came a beast more stomach than man.
Welcome into another edition of the I'm Fat Podcast, brought to you by our sponsors, Charlie the Bacon Guy, Mazda of Orland Park, and Frato's Culinary Kitchen.
I'm sorry. I had a slight panic attack because
I did it. That's perfect. I wanted you to think I froze.
You did. You held the pose so perfectly. I'm like, oh God, is he frozen or is he just doing the bit?
Yes.
Good stuff. Anyway,
well,
sorry.
Hey, yeah, I'm Rick. That's Jay. It's another week.
It is indeed. Yes.
By the way, I mentioned this to Jay before the podcast because I came to the realization this week. Oh shit! It's 6 weeks till March Fatness.
Yeah. We're way behind on March Fatness. Might be May Fatness. Maybe we'll do it this NBA and
as in there may be fatness.
Yeah, the postseason. Let's see, fat offs.
No, not fat lofts.
We'll workshop it and get back to you. Yeah. Let's put a pin in that one to use annoying corporate speak.
We'll use the song Round Man Rock.
Yeah, there you go. Basketball. Anyway.
Blah, 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 blubber man.
All right. It's off the rails already.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks, everybody, for joining us. We appreciate it. Make sure you're following us on all of our social medias at I'm Fat Pod. That includes Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, all that good stuff. We're a Patreon as well, patreon.com/I'mFatPod. If you are a YouTuber, check us out on YouTube, youtube.com/I'mFatPodcast. You have to have the podcast on that one. Mm-hmm. And make sure if you are watching on YouTube, you like and subscribe, all that good stuff on the podcast as well. And Rick, I understand, based on our pre-show meeting here, that we've got a couple new reviews on Apple Podcasts, which is beautiful.
Yeah, we got three reviews. So let me read one of them here. It's from Apex Speed.
All right.
I miss hearing Jay and Rick on 670. Where?
Ooh.
But I love that they're forging their own paths forward. I listen more now to podcasts like this than terrestrial radio anymore. Jay and Rick make me happy on my commute, and I look forward to every week to hearing fat talk, even though I could probably fit in one of Rick's pant legs. Thanks for keeping suburban joints front.
Well, when your name is Apex Speed, we assume you're not a fat.
Yeah, fair enough.
What is the app opposite of Apex Speed? I don't know. I don't even know.
Minimum lard.
Something like that. Yeah, I don't know. It's bad. Well, it's been a good week, Rick. It's been a fun week, full of food and frivolity. Last week, when I made my confession to you that I tried on and 34 waisted pants partially fit me because they're made of pure elastic, you asked for some resumes for my replacement, and they have a lot of people interested.
That's good.
So we'll get to those at the end of the show. We've got Ask a Fat coming as well. And stay tuned for a very special offer from our friends at Frato's Culinary Kitchen. Looking for that perfect Valentine's gift? We've got something for you. Yes, you should stay tuned to get Greg is the Foley artist for the commercial. All right, where should we begin? Being fat?
Yeah, fat.
Let's do that. Okay. My cousin's spot, Uncle Bud's, that opened a couple weeks ago. We were there. We did our live broadcast. If you didn't watch that podcast, feel free and listen to it. It works that way too. I had to go back because they debuted their new menu, and I'm going to throw it up on the screen here. It is. I just got to say, man, I always try to support family places, especially when it's my family. But when Uncle Bud's is doing what they're doing, I'm going to zoom in here a little bit.
There you go.
That's better.
Look at you.
Some new menu items here at Uncle Bud's, and I had to go try these Tater Kegs, which are described as tater tots stuffed with bacon, cheddar, and green onions, topped with sour cream, cheese, and bacon bits.
Double the bacon?
Yes.
Wow.
Dude. These were incredible. And I have actually a photo of them. And you vamp for time while I figure this part out.
Okay. I'm interested because now the thing would be.
There we go. I did it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, look at that.
Look at you.
Never mind the phallic pretzel on the side of the screen there. We're going to get to that one later.
Members of phallic pretzel.
Yes. But there they are. A little bit of sour cream, which, it's not my favorite, but it added a nice little coolness to it. Boy, these were fantastic. And only $6.
I saw that. I was like, oh, okay. So that's a multiple order situation.
Definitely. It was really, really good, as is all the food at Uncle Bud's. It's becoming like a go-to spot for me, and it's not really easy to get to. But if I have a reason to be out south, or actually for me, it's north, in Oak Lawn, or in that area, I will find my way to Uncle Bud's. It used to be 100% Rosangelas, and they're not going anywhere. They're still my favorite, but I told my cousin John, I said, hey, well, I haven't been there in a while. Maybe Uncle Bud's gets the bell for a while.
But you said it.
Yeah, you're right. I said to John, I go, you should feel honored because I was at a crossroads. And I said, am I going to Uncle Bud's or am I going to Rosangelas? And I chose Uncle Bud's. Just because it was more of a time thing. But damn, everything there is great. And I had to rip on my cousin John because on the menu, they debuted their own Bloomin' Onion. They're calling it Onion Petals, which is great. But on the menu, he spelled it pedals like Pedals, like on a bike, and not Petals like on a flower. So
now, to be fair, are they shaped like bike pedals or are they shaped like flower
petals?
That
is a big ass onion if it's shaped like a bike pedal.
It could be.
Yeah.
They do have tater kegs on the menu.
Yeah, and I would say the tater kegs are probably like double the size of a normal tater tot.
Now, do they have like a smaller size one that'd be like a tater pony?
Perhaps, yes. Yeah, okay. A tater pony or a tater thimble. I don't know. Yeah, whatever it is. But they're great. Everything there is great. Addie got the wings.
Okay.
And I was very proud of her because, if we're truly talking about replacements for this podcast, Addie is nipping at my heels, man. Like, she is a fat innovator. She's not fat, but she's an innovator of food. She got the wings, and they're a little bit hot.
Yeah.
So she's like, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a bite like halfway and pull the meat away. And then she just took her ranch and just poured it into the reservoir. So
okay.
She used ranch as like a coolant.
That's good.
I'm like,
and she has the proper like antagonistic relationship with me.
That is her relationship with everyone, Rick.
Oh, okay.
she's almost 13. That's how it goes. Yes.
Here, I thought I was special.
No, yesterday too. We had our baseball registrations for Homewood on Saturday, and two of the people on the board are like, "Addie, she's so great, and she's so helpful." I go, "Do you want her?" Like, you can have her.
Addie, who?
Yeah, you can have her. Because she's, oh my god, no, she is a great kid, but she's aggressively 12, is what we like to say. But yeah, she is something, man. And like yesterday, we made hot chocolate, and she was adding like as many marshmallows and whipped cream as you could fit. She is just
nice.
She fits right in. She could take this job for me easily. Nice. Yeah. So
okay. So you brought up hot chocolate, and it makes me think of a place that you went this week because I saw they had it on their menu at their new location. It is Gnarly Knots.
Yes.
You went to Gnarly Knots. And the thing that made me think of it is I didn't notice until the last time I was there. They have hot chocolate on the menu and they use Ghirardelli chocolate.
Okay. Well, that's a winner. That is.
I haven't even had it yet. And I know it's going to be good.
Yeah. That's the pretzel dog my wife got. And I forget what soup this was, but it was good. But it was broccoli cheddar, but it was very good. And then I got the triple cheese pretzel.
The triple cheese is my favorite.
It was great. And there were some other ones too, but it was kind of like the first thing I had eaten all day. So I didn't want to do the Italian beef. I felt like the Italian beef is the first thing I ate.
Yeah, that's like 98 on the corner. Like, do you really want to start your day with 98 on the corner? No.
No, and then 98 miles per hour out my ass later. That's what I was trying to avoid.
Yeah, that's fair.
So yeah, oh man, it was so good. And that little spot,
dude, isn't that like the way, like the vibe that place has is so cool.
The vibes are immaculate, babe, and the spot is perfect. And you know what I love? They had the New York seltzer,
Their variety of drinks is really good. Like it's from the moment, when they first moved in there, it was like pretty basic, but they've added more stuff and it's pretty awesome.
Well, they've got like merch and the fact that they sell coffee and
their merch is awesome.
The merch is great.
Legit.
And they let people hang out there and work. Man, I want to talk to I don't know if they listen. If they listen, if you came to Homewood, you would be the king of this town. Because
they're kind of the kings of Lombard right now.
What they have is exactly what we need.
Yeah.
We've got there's some nice cafes, but they're kind of not exactly what would be ideal for, sitting around and working. We got a Starbucks, but it's super crowded.
Yeah.
A place like that would kill it in Homewood, but I know I'm wishing big here, but they've got to figure it out. And man, what a spot of real estate they nagged there in Lombard.
Yeah. Especially and you've seen now being there, that little side street that dead ends into the train station.
Yeah.
That's where the stage goes in the summer. So that little half block is going to be filled on Saturday nights with people's lawn chairs that they bring with and they just watch. And it's they are going to be so slammed.
Yeah.
In the summer. It's going to be ridiculous.
It's I'm happy for them. It's a good business. Go visit Gnarly now. It's 100 West St. Charles Road in Lombard. So much good stuff. I just the bagel dog. I had a bite of Hopes. It was delicious. My 3 cheese pretzel was wonderful. The soup was great. It was just we came in with I had it before. But Hope had not had it, and she was really excited about it. And she said that was great. We got to go there all the time. So, it was good. It was really good. We had to go to Oakbrook Mall because Hope had to get she got glasses at Warby Parker. So I said, let's just try it one more time. Because last time we were there, we tried and the line was out the door. But it was, I think, was that Monday? I think it was Monday. It was Monday at 11:30. So we got right in, sat down, got our food quick. Great service. Everyone there is super nice, super friendly.
Yeah.
It's a great place. So I'm really glad I got to go there, and it had been too long.
Well, you mentioned Oakbrook Mall. That actually brings me to somewhere I went on Thursday. And I guess I'll fully pull back the curtain, even though I think it's been pretty obvious for a while to people that have listened for long enough to the podcast.
Maybe not, but I will say this. We've gotten less subtle about it.
we certainly have.
Yes.
I will not do any mudslinging at this point, but on Tuesday, my divorce became official. It had been a long time and, amicable, legitimately amicable, all that stuff that doesn't necessarily need to be public, whatever.
Yeah.
So now it dealing with all this stuff and how it had been a super long process that Sam was willing to, go through all of it with me is pretty awesome. And she had the idea of, hey, now that we're official, clear on our own, all that type of thing. Why don't we restart, since we're restarting restart with where we had our first date, which was Puttshack in Oakbrook. And I mentioned it on the podcast and I had a flatbread there that was it was fine. But we went back and did that on Thursday as kind of a way to celebrate, that it's us now, which is really cool. If you're on YouTube and you watch Arrested Development, yeah, I should have thought of that myself.
I felt you getting emotional. So
anus tart.
I felt you getting emotional, so I wanted to make you laugh before.
Thank you.
All right, you're welcome.
Yeah. So, point being, we went there again. I kicked ass at golf again. I beat Sam. She talks a lot of shit, so I can't just let her win.
Good.
So.
Get in her face. You suck.
Actually, she didn't talk as much shit this time as she did last time, but I still had to win.
Good.
Because I have to be good at something.
There you go.
So this time I tried the Mighty Meatball Flatbread.
All right.
Dude, each piece had I think it was basically 2 big meatballs that were cut into quarters. And each of the 8 slices had one on there, had a quarter on there. So the meatball is your typical meatball, beef, veal, and pork. It's got all 3. Mozz, oregano, Parmesan, basil. You're not, yeah, exactly. You're not you're not reinventing the wheel, but man, it was so well done. And the flatbread itself was crispy on the bottom. Like it was exactly what you would hope. It was so good. And then also, and actually I should have sent this picture your way ahead of time. This is bad on me. Maybe I'll see if I can do it in the moment. If nothing else, just to make you jealous, even if other people can't necessarily see it because we can't bring it up in time. We decided to get dessert because, why not? It was a celebratory occasion. So you should have a text coming your way with the beignets.
Oh my sweet
at
Jesus.
Puttshack.
All right, everyone's going to get
5 of them in
the
the little bag that are here with like a dark chocolate sauce and a caramel sauce. I've been to Cafe Du Monde, and these are, now I'll admit it's been forever since I was at Cafe Du Monde, so I don't know exactly how it compares, but I mean, let's put it this way. Light, airy, like really the good like outside crunch to it too, where it's not like overdone, but man, those things were delicious.
Boom, got them up there for
absolutely delicious. Look at us. That's effing teamwork.
Great. Holy cow, they look good.
They are as good, if not better, than they look. And that caramel, like everybody knows I'm a caramel fiend. The caramel sauce is incredible. And like, if you want like a genuine, like true chocolate, dark chocolate flavor, that chocolate sauce is so good.
That looks awesome.
Yes. So if you go to Puttshack, I know some people will like, you only get dessert at certain places. Get the beignets there because man, are they good.
1828 Oakbrook Center in Oakbrook. All right. I didn't know they had food. I mean, I assume they had like bar stuff. You know what I mean? Like apps and whatever.
But no, they have like legit food because like so the way it is like if you've never been there, it's a really cool concept. Like you walk in and they have a coat check. So if you wanted, because like if you're going to be golfing or whatever, they have the 4 9-hole golf courses that are like little high tech. It's like actually a scoring system.
Oh, cool!
Like there's a chip in the ball. So you don't have to keep track of your own stuff. It's all kept track on through the system.
I like to cheat.
A little tougher to cheat, but you can earn bonus points on a lot of the holes.
Oh, cool.
So, and like some of like there's one hole in each of the 4 courses where you have to like answer a trivia question, and based on what your answer is, that's the way you hit the ball and that type of thing.
Oh, wow.
So it really is cool. And like while you're on the course, there's like a waiter that's asking if you want a drink, and then but like so you walk in and you get to
it's all indoor, right?
Coach, all indoor.
Okay.
There's the coat check if you want to do that. Then you walk up the stairs and you see the bar. There's like the server station where if you have a dinner reservation, you can do that. A lot of times what you'll do is you sign up online for a golf time, and then basically it's like for maybe 40 minutes, if that, for the golfing. Actually, it's probably not even that, just depending on how busy it is,
right,
and how many groups are in front of you. But then you can just make a dinner reservation for right after that. So then you get done, you put the golf club away, and then you just walk right to the station. Hey, I have a reservation for this time. They'll set you up, or you can sit at the bar. It's a really big bar. And like, it's a cool, like they could just have the bar be the bar and it'd be a good bar.
Yeah.
But then having the 4 courses of golf there, so you can have a bunch of people doing a lot of stuff. Like there's the lights going from all the different courses and stuff. Like you get some families there earlier in the night, much more of like a date type feel at like later. It's really awesome. So it's in Oakbrook Mall. So I highly recommend it. Like if you want like a different type of date night,
yeah,
it's awesome.
What is
it's a really great option.
So like, what does the golf cost for 2 people?
I don't remember offhand.
Well, if you don't remember, it's probably not astronomical.
No, it's no, especially like for what it is. Like, yeah, for 9, if you just think of it as 9 holes, you might be like, it's a little expensive. But when then you see like how kind of like high tech it is and like kind of the whole feel of the place.
Yeah.
It's totally worth it, man.
So I see it. It's $14 for adults 21 plus. Okay. Young adults 13 to 20 are $14. Juniors, that's 12 and under, are $9, and then they have you have to be 21 to enter the location after 8 p.m. And then on the weekdays, a second game is 50% off during weekdays, open to 4 p.m. So that's
Which
pretty
honestly,
cool.
I would totally do that. So what you do too is you sign up. Like when you get there, you check in for golf and like you have a profile. So then after you've set up your profile the first time, it tracks like every time you play there. And then it also like just quick sign in then. You like punch in, I forget if it's phone number. I think you punch in your phone number and it brings up your profile. And then you check, both people check in. And then it shows there's like a board that it almost looks like an airline. It shows a board where it's like, hey, people have reservations for golf at these times. And then it'll tell you which of the courses to go to. And you just grab a club. It gives you a ball. So that way that ball is set to you. And then it keeps track of all your points.
That's awesome. We'll have to do it. Maybe we do a double date.
Yeah, please.
That would be a lot of fun. So me and you can both beat our significant others and laugh in their faces.
Yes.
As gentlemen do.
Of course.
By the way, speaking of keeping profiles, you know what keeps the profile on you when you order food from them? Fratos. Remember the lady who returned the I'm Fat pizza because it was too spicy?
Yes.
Wink mechanic. Anyway, she called Frato's and said it was too spicy, and Frato said, cool, we'll put in your notes that you don't like anything with a remote amount of spice on it.
Yeah.
They keep a profile for you. And here's the deal with Frato's. We've told you about the I'm Fat burger, the I'm Fat pizza, the I'm Fat grilled cheese, everything, the great Cajun bites, the mozzarella sticks, all wonderful, all great, of course, RC Cola, which means the food is automatically good. It just happens that way. You could work at like a trash restaurant, install an RC machine, and everything turns tasty. It just works that way. But Frato's is just awesome. So if you want to save on food at FratosPizza.com, use the promo code I'm Fat. You'll save 10% on your order every time. That is a every time use. As I burp through this read, it is an every time.
I was going to say that was a good save on one before.
It's the liquid death, man. I love it, but it is very bubbly. So yeah, you save 10% every time you use that code I'm Fat at FratosPizza.com. Online order, boom, place it, use the code. It works. It never expires. However, we've also told you about FratosBakery.com and their amazing cookies and brownies and everything. Well, we have a Valentine's Day promo just for you, the I'm Fat podcast listener. $5 off Valentine's Day brownies. They're 2 pounds of Nestle Quick strawberry buttercream chocolate brownies. Rick, you taste tested this frosting last week.
Legit.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It tastes like strawberry Nesquik.
Yes, and these look absolutely incredible. Go to FratosBakery.com. If you want to save, if you want to take advantage of this discount, Fat V Day, all caps, no spaces, FATVDAY. You will save $5 on a box of Valentine's Day brownies. That's 2 pounds of the Nestle Quick strawberry buttercream chocolate brownies. We said it last week. It's another reminder. If you want to show something thoughtful for Valentine's Day, that's not just a last minute thing, it comes in a beautifully wrapped gift box with little red confetti paper. It is tied with rope. You could literally unpack it from the box from Frato's and hand it to your significant other, and it's all good to go. That's all you would need to do. You want to put a card on there? Cool. You can do that too. It is done. One move. It's done. You're done for Valentine's Day. The weight's off your shoulder. Go to FratosBakery.com. Order the 2 pounds of Nestle Quick strawberry buttercream chocolate brownies. Use that code FATVDAY. Again, it has to be all caps and no spaces, and you'll save $5 on your order. There's a catch. This deal expires February 5th. That is Monday. That's a week from today. Right? Yes. No.
Yes.
Is it? I should have done this before the show. Hold, please.
Let's go to the calendar. That would be Sunday.
Okay, so Sunday, February 5th, that's when the coupon expires. So you've got to use it by then so they can make it and they can ship it and you can get it in time for Valentine's Day. One last time.
You can get it.
You will get it if you get it. FratosBakery.com. Use the code FATVDAY to save $5 on a 2 pound box of the Nestle Quick strawberry buttercream chocolate brownies. I'm going to order mine as soon as this show is over, and I might share one with Hope.
Nice.
I might.
That's love.
I've considered it. Yeah, that is love. I think so too. Speaking of love, one of the gifts I received this holiday, my birthday and Christmas are like right next to each other, so I don't remember what it was for. But Hope got me a knife skills class because she saw me getting frustrated when I was trying to make Charlie's chili. I was struggling with my knives and with dicing and with all this stuff, and she saw my frustration and very thoughtfully she got the two of us a knife skills class at Sur La Table, which is in downtown Naperville. It's almost like a Williams-Sonoma.
Sounds like it would be in downtown Naperville.
Yeah, it's cool. It's almost like like Williams-Sonoma, where there's like kitchen stuff, and then there's also a kitchen. Took a class with like 20 people. It was awesome. And the guy was teaching us. He was super patient, super skilled, like just showing us like how to do everything, how to chop things up. I actually took a picture of me that will, if you had any doubt about me being fat, this will renew your faith in me. There's me and
that's pretty good.
Yeah, there's my giant head chopping up vegetables. But
your head is like encompassing your neck.
Yes, well, I don't have a neck. I just have a head, and it's on top of shoulders. But it was really cool and really fun. And I had known Charlie had told me like you really, if you're going to start cooking and you're going to invest in, you're going to start doing it more often, you got to get a good knife. Like buy yourself a good knife. So because I took the class there, I got 10% off the knife, and then the knife was already on sale. So I got like a $200 knife for like $130.
Oh, nice.
So I'll have this 8-inch chef's knife that I will probably have the rest of my life. And now
you know
I know
how to
like
wield that much?
No.
Okay.
No, that's about a 5-inch more than I'm used to. But like learning the technique of how to not just like here's how the motion of cutting,
right, because it's not like straight down. It's like it's almost like a half
like
U,
a row.
Thing,
like rowing almost. And then
PJ Fleck?
Yeah, yes, exactly. And then the other thing was like how to dice an onion, how to dice a pepper, because all these things are different shapes and there's different techniques. It was really cool.
How many people cut themselves?
One.
Okay.
One lady said, if I cut myself, do I fail the class? And I said, no. And she seemed to be okay. But yeah, the knives were like, I can go, like I had a full onion, like a big ass onion, and just went whoosh, one move whoosh, right through it with this knife. So it was really cool. If you're into that, and if you'd like to learn how to cook or learn some nice skills or just kind of get some like new techniques on how to cook, Sur La Table offers like a million different kind of classes, baking, cooking, everything. It's really great. Can't recommend it more. And then before we went there, we're in a new place. We don't get to Naperville very often. So we went to Potter's Place, which is a very popular Mexican restaurant. And it's white people Mexican.
Oh, 100%.
But boy, it was terrific. I got the steak tacos, and then I got a fish taco from there. The fish taco, they were both wonderful, but the fish taco was really good. Hope got the El Pastor and the chorizo and the chicken and liked all of them. She was a little not thrilled with the El Pastor. She thought it could have been a little bit better.
Okay.
But overall, a great meal experience and a place I'll go back to again.
Okay, so at the end of that block, there's the old like Ted Montana's that's under construction. You know what that's going to be?
No.
A Gordon Ramsay restaurant.
Ah.
Yeah.
Ted's Montana is the one place that rivaled Willie Nelson's Crap Your Pants Ranch in stomach ailments for me.
Okay.
We used to go there all the time in Bolingbrook, and then Hope and I went there once, and I was like, I can never eat there again. I got so sick.
Wow.
And F your paper straws. There, I said it.
Dude, that is my one complaint with, what is that? Is that Wingstop? Does Wingstop have the paper straw? Or no, Noodles. Noodles has the paper straw. They're just the worst.
I kind of like those recycly ones. You ever seen those? They're like brown, and they kind of have like a grain to them. Very few people use them. If I see one, I'll send you a picture.
Okay.
But they're like they're like degradable, but they're not paper.
Yeah. But credit to Naperville for finding a way to get more bougie by adding a Gordon Ramsay restaurant.
Well, they had that. We were kind of pissed because not pissed, but we wanted to get coffee, and we saw that like the Starbucks Reserve, which is that place. That's downtown,
yeah,
closed. And when I say closed, I mean like
permanently.
Yes, like
wow.
Yeah, yes. So
that was not open very long.
I don't know. I think if I'm not mistaken, the one in Chicago might be closing too. I think it's just people were going there because it was an experience and they weren't actually buying anything.
Sounds about right.
Which is not ideal for a business plan. But yeah, it was like, oh, we kind of wanted the coffee before the class started.
Yeah.
And, it was closed. But man, you much like you in Lombard, there is no shortage of options in Naperville.
No, dude, like I know it's basic and it's the white people version of stir fry, but man, the BD's Mongolian Grill on Washington Street there, that's my jam.
So I said to Hope, I go, do you want to go here? Rick would be happy. She's like, no, we're going to Potter's Place. Like, okay, fair enough. I kind of want to go though, because I haven't been to BD's forever.
Yeah. And like, okay, and there's one of the few remaining Cold Stones there.
We got one right by us in Homewood too. Very blessed.
Nice.
# bless.
Yeah, and Cookie Dough Creations. So you got all that there.
I forgot about that. Isn't that down the street where the bar that Shep's not allowed in?
Yes, not Lamplighter. That's in Palatine.
Lantern?
Lantern, yes.
Yes. It's down. That's like the one street we didn't walk down. Like we didn't go that way, whatever way that is.
Yeah,
that's exactly. Oh my God, I forgot.
Oh, that sucks. Yeah, because the one that Potter's Place is on, I think that's. I always forget if that's Jefferson or if the one that Lantern is on is Jefferson. It's one of those.
Yeah.
I used to know Naperville a little bit better than I do now, but that's a great spot. I mean, they got
Q too. Q barbecue.
Yeah, yes they do. Like that whole little area right there, because there's Mod Pizza, there's Potter's Place. Did the Front Street Cantina close?
Nope, it's still there too.
Okay, that's still there. Yeah, I mean there's endless amount of places to eat, and there's like even a couple places on Washington on like what would that be, the east side of the street, I think, that I've never been to before. Like a couple bars that looked intriguing that I want to go to at some point. I just have to, remember. And
they've got a Kilwins, and they've got all sorts of good dessert places.
Yep.
Do you know my Front Street Cantina story?
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, when Hope and I lived in, I lived in Downers Grove for a while. Mm-hmm. We would go to Naperville a lot to go get dinner or whatever. And Front Street Cantina was there, and it was a favorite of ours. And we would go all the time. So when we moved to Lamont, across I think it's I&M Canal, we lived right on Main Street in Lamont, like downtown Lamont. We lived right there. So across the tracks, across the river, there was this new like condo building being built. And we moved in and said, Front Street Cantina coming soon.
Yeah.
We lived there for 2 years. They opened the day we moved out. Literally, the effing day we moved out was their opening day.
Wow.
Yeah. And now it's something else. I think it's very similar, but it's not Front Street Cantina anymore.
Okay.
But you want to talk about good ass white people Mexican food?
Yeah, buddy.
Do you want a burrito the size of an NFL football? That's it. Front Street Cantina is good. But yeah, man, it was just a fun day, man. I really wish I could learn. I get so intimidated by cooking. And part of it is like I don't want to spend all this time and then have it suck.
Yes.
And then I don't want to cook for people and have them not like it. That's my nightmare. When I make Charlie's bacon, it is Charlie's chili rather. It is like a stressful experience for me because I don't know if it's good until it's done. And I've put all this work and time into it of buying the ingredients, preparing the ingredients, cooking the chili, and you're looking at probably $15 worth of materials. And then you don't know if it's good until it's done.
Yeah.
And it's turned out good both times, but the stress of it. So I want to get a better feel of how to do things and how things work. And the more I do it, the better I'll do it. And if I have the tools to do it, like this new knife I got, the better off I'll be. And it looks like the Chiefs are going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Yeah. I want to see this kick again because for those keeping score at home, we just saw the Harrison Butker field goal to put them ahead. He almost put a little too much air under that. that like barely hit the net.
Yeah, that was a fly ball.
Yeah, and it was like a 45-yard, and I get it. You want to make sure it doesn't get blocked, but that was a little close for comfort there, bruh. So good for them. Like, it's funny, like with the 4 teams this weekend, I would have been happy with any combination of the 4.
Yeah, me too. I was hoping for Niners, Bengals.
Okay.
But this works. I mean, look, you get to see, when it's all said and done, maybe the best quarterback ever.
Yeah.
Pat Mahomes. I know it's crazy to say, but I was having a similar conversation last night about Connor McDavid, where it's like, can you start talking about him in the same breath as Gretzky and Lemieux? Yes. Yes, you can. And people are like, what? He's young, and they're old, and old is better than young. Like,
well, I didn't realize, what was it, last week or 2 weeks ago, I mentioned McDavid to you before the show, shockingly enough. And I didn't realize it's his 8th year already.
The guy's unbelievable. He's got 92 points in 50 games.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Now, are these American points or Canadian points?
Oh, they're metric, yeah.
Oh, okay.
They're paid for with the loony.
Then I don't validate them.
Yeah, exactly.
Not sure of the conversion rate.
Yeah. You've got a story to tell me about Arby's, you told me.
Oh,
but first we want to tell everybody a story about my cars, the Mazda CX-5 and the Mazda CX-30. I was there this week picking up, got my oil changed before we head to Door County this weekend. We'll have lots of tales of cheese next week. By the way, we got to figure out where we're going to record because I don't get back till Monday night.
Okay.
But want to get everything squared away before I hit the road. So tires inflated, new filters, all that stuff. It was an hour, but it was only an hour because I didn't see the text message I got telling me my car was ready 28 minutes before until 28 minutes after they sent it. I'm like, boy, it's taking a while. Shit. It was literally pulling. It would have been a half hour had I noticed the text. But they send you, I've said this before, they send you like the inspection video. Like, here's your, we change your oil. Here's your engine. You could see the leads on your battery are nice and clean. Yada, yada, yada. We've topped off the oil. This and that. It's just great. The experience there is great. Oh, and by the way, you get an awesome car too. So go visit our friends at Mazda of Orland Park, 8910 West 159th Street. Ask for Eric Vates or call 708-444-3200. Eric will probably answer the phone and start the process for you. If you're ready to buy or look or test drive or whatever, they've got you covered at Mazda of Orland Park. Go to mazdaoforlandpark.com. All right, I want to hear your Arby's story. I'm intrigued.
Okay. One more note on the football game too. Can we stop showing the linebacker crying that like might have just hyperextended his knee on the last play before the field goal? Like it's every other shot they're showing this guy crying on the bench. Can we not?
Yeah, don't do that.
Okay, you get a shot, you showed him, cool. Anywho,
here he's again.
So Sam told me this week, and I find it funny because for those that have kept tabs a little bit, chooses to not eat beef or pork and cannot do dairy. However, she says because we were talking about fries. Oh, I know. Yeah. Oh, I know. But
it's for her, not you.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
But we were talking about French fries and liking them seasoned and that type of thing. And like the flavor profile of like an Arby's curly fry got brought up.
Yes.
And she mentions, oh yeah, I like the roast beefs. I was like, what? She's like, what's the likelihood it's actually real meat? so she will actually
whatever.
She will eat an Arby's beef because she's convinced it's not real beef.
Oh, that's awesome.
Isn't that great?
Sure. Sam, whatever you need to tell yourself to continue enjoying the beef, so to speak. Yes. I'm not going to say anything because I'm not going to ruin that for Sam.
Yeah.
But I had a friend who worked at Arby's and he ate there. That's how you know about a place, just in general. Yeah. If you walk in and the employees are eating the food, you're like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
I feel a little bit better.
Yeah, but she said that, and I'm like, that's that's pretty great. Also, the curly fries are elite.
Yes.
Like honestly, like you do with Arby's, you kind of deal with the roast beef to eat the other stuff because the fries are elite. The mott sticks are really good. Like
it's a vehicle for Arby's sauce.
It really is. Like, yes.
Well, honestly,
Arby's sauce is elite.
That's why I'm mad they don't have ham, because I think the ham is so much better than and the roast beef is fine, but I just think the ham is so much better than a roast beef there. So that's why I was so pissed when they got rid of it, because the hot ham and cheese with Arby's sauce. Oh, brilliant! So damn good.
Yes.
So damn good.
So I felt like I had to share that because that was too damn good.
That's a great story. Well, that's fine. Hey, you know what? Whatever you need to. That's like my friend Jill, who is a vegetarian. She gets the bell, right? Jill's bell worthy.
Yeah.
She is a vegetarian, but eats chicken broth, and will order a burger from McDonald's with no meat. So she just orders like, give me a double cheeseburger, no meat, and they're always like, excuse me, what?
Cheese, pickles, and a bun?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. She's special. We love her.
Bold strategy, Cotton.
We love her because we have to. The other thing I told you about.
That's not family. I don't know what is.
Seriously. Off the air, I told you about. I went to the doctor this week. As everyone knows, I got the diabetes, like me and Wilford Brimley. So I had to go to the endocrinologist every 3 months, every 6 months. And my A1C has been high. Your A1C is like the average of your blood sugar over the course of like 3 months. So last time I went, she's like, it's high. You need to get it down a little bit, or else I'm going to start you on this new medication. I'm like, I don't want any more medications. I'm on too many. I don't want any more. No. I'm like, give me 3 months to improve it. So went back. It didn't get better. But oddly enough, I spoke to Herb 2 days before I went to doctor. Herb Lawrence, our buddy. He's also type 2 diabetic. And he told me he's got one of these like glucometer, like these permanent glucose monitors. So
I'll be honest, the term sounds like something you totally made up.
Yeah, well,
a glucometer.
It's literally like I don't know.
I mean, I get a glucose monitor, but still.
Yeah, let me see if I can find it.
Their glucometer.
Glucometer. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Anyway, it's this like little button shaped thing. It's very small.
Is that the thing from the commercials?
Maybe.
Or a similar type thing where it's like you put your phone up to it?
Yeah, yes.
Okay,
so there, you can see on the screen. So
yes, that's what it is. Freestyle Libre. Yeah, I've seen the commercials for that. Because like when you said A1C in the commercial, they go like, it just stuck in my head. So it's a good commercial. The A1C, like they really like pound that home.
I don't know if I've ever seen that one, but anyway, it's so you can see that it's not that big. It's about the size of a nickel, in terms of like diameter, and it's obviously sticks in you. You can see that needle on the screen there, but it didn't hurt at all to apply. But it just keeps a constant like running tab on my blood sugar, which is a good thing because before I just wouldn't check my blood sugar, and if what I don't know can't hurt me.
Yeah.
Right. But
presidential logic. Yeah.
Yes. But it does hurt you. So I wanted to get it more under control and said, hey, let me try one of these things and see how it goes. Long story short, I am trying to cut out carbs a little bit because that's what's causing my
Is
sugar.
butter a carb?
No, butter is not a carb. I've been eating a lot of meat and cheese. A lot of meat. As soon as I'm like, I'm going to start eating carbs, I went to Pete's and I went to like the deli and cheese section, got like the prosciutto wrapped, like the mozzarella.
Yeah.
I'm just
charcuterie.
Yes, I got all the meats now. But I haven't cut out.
You beat Arby's.
Yeah, I don't have a meat. I have the meat. But I've been cutting out carbs. So long story boring. Went to Jersey Mike's and I told you about the TikTok I found where it's like Jersey Mike's ASMR.
Yeah.
It's like GoPro of a guy making Jersey Mike sandwiches. It's amazing. But saw,
by the way, the camera angle kind of messed with me a little
dizzying.
Bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little dizzying, and I was not high. So like I can't blame it on that.
No, but yeah, so he made the buffalo chicken wrap. And it's weird, like the chicken like anything they cook hot at Jersey Mike's like comes in like a
prepackaged,
like a patty almost.
Yeah.
And then they just, as they grill it on the griddle, they just chop it all up, and then you got like nice chopped meat.
Yep.
The buffalo chicken wrap, and they've got the tomato basil tortilla. Dude, I'm telling you, it's good. Yes, It was really, I've had 2 this week because the tortilla is lower carb than obviously a giant hunk of bread. Sure. Really, really good. And then I saw the other thing too, and I asked the guy at my Jersey Mike's about this, and he said they don't do it there. But ask at yours. Somebody got the Italian sub, but then had them put the meat on the grill.
Yes.
And so they put all the lunch meat together, and then put it on the grill, chop that all up, and then added cheese on top, and then put that on the sub.
Oh, I guarantee they won't do that at mine.
Oh, that's annoying.
Like I just kind of like seeing how everybody works. I'm like 90% sure they wouldn't, but
the Homewood one is great. Like I love it. Like the service is wonderful, but I asked guys like, yeah, we don't really do that, but I know some places do it, but we don't do it here. But man, it looked good. But I think they had like a secret number, like maybe 74 or 79, like the hot Italian. But it's just the Italian sub thrown on the grill, chopped up. It looked fantastic. So see if your Jersey Mike's will do it for you. But I cannot recommend that buffalo chicken wrap more. It comes with a blue cheese dressing, which I know like you don't love blue cheese, and I can kind of take or leave it, but it's real subtle, and you can just get it without it. Just say just say no blue cheese. I actually did say that this time, but I don't know if the guy heard me.
Okay.
So it was on there. I'm like, that wasn't so bad. I didn't regret it for a second. So that was really good. But I think
also the hack, and I know I've mentioned it before, is when you like go on Tuesdays or Thursdays to Jersey Mike's, because Giants are $10.
Yeah.
And usually, and if you're with somebody, if you like the same thing, you get a Giant and you normally get a regular. A Giant is 2 regulars. It's essentially like a buy one get one,
right?
More or less, because like your most regulars are like $9 or $10. So able to get a Giant for $10.
Yeah, when my mom was going through chemo, like that was like one of the few things she had a taste for. So we would get her like a Giant like every 4 days. Yeah, and she would just kind of like, as her appetite would come, she would just like Homer with the sandwich behind the bed.
Yes.
I can't stay mad at you.
But, good.
Yeah, Jersey Mike's is great, man. I love that place. If Jersey really Mike's would like to advertise on the podcast, please reach out. I'm fatpod@gmail.com. And speaking of that, is it time, Rick, to ask the Fats?
It is.
Bless me, Father, for I've sinned. It's been 1 week since my last confession.
Okay, my son. What is your confession?
I'm fat.
Ask a Fat, as always, is brought to you by our buddy, Charlie the Bacon Guy. And here he is with this week's Bacon Report, which apparently takes place in several different locations.
Thanks, Jay. This week we have maple pepper, lemon pepper, and buffalo bacon. For bacon jams, we have the original, the bourbon, and the cherry jalapeno. The house project is almost done. Going to pick up some bellies later this week and get started on some new batches of good stuff. So keep an eye out for the R&D stuff on Instagram and Twitter. And keep in mind, we've always got all the merchandise that we always mention. I look forward to some new flavors coming soon. For the Bacon Report, I'm Charlie the Bacon Guy.
Now, if I counted correctly, that was made in 5 different places. Based on the audio jumps.
Yeah.
Maybe he's just showing off the new house.
Is he moving?
I think he's having a big renovation.
Well, I mean like moving about the house while doing the Bacon Report.
But there's jump cuts.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Charlie's not jumping. By the way, at this very moment, our guy in the Onion Ring of Honor, Andy Reid, is talking on the very sturdy podium that they are giving away the Lamar Hunt Trophy for the Chiefs winning the AFC.
We got to find a way to get him on. We've got to find a way. There's got to be a way to do it.
The thing that sucks is like, you think there's any chance you're able to like, he would be the perfect one to give a region for the March Fatness bracket, but he's going to be busy for the next few weeks. And then after that, you think he's going to want to listen to a soul?
Well, here's the thing. I believe that if we got to Andy, he would do it. The problem is, and we know this from working in media forever, you had to get through the several layers of protection to get to Andy. So like 3 or 4 different people have to decide if Andy even gets the message.
Right.
And they're going to say, what? No, this is stupid. He's not interested in this. or we don't want to put him in a situation like this, and he'll never hear about it. But if we can get someone to walk up to Andy Reid and be like, hey, there's this podcast in Chicago. It's called the I'm Fat Podcast. You would love it. They love you. You'd be a perfect guest for it. Just go on and have fun and talk about how much we all love food. I think he'd be like, hell yes, let's do it.
I do not doubt that.
We got to get the message to him.
Huh.
What about one of Parkins's old Kansas City buddies?
People, yeah. Would Carrington Harrison do that for us?
I don't know, but he might know someone who's got. I have Matt Nagy's cell phone. Maybe I can text Matt Nagy and say, "Hey, Matt Nagy, you sucked. Can you get us in touch with Andy Reid?"
Yeah. Hey, be you and go bother Andy Reid for us.
Be you, exactly. Exactly.
That would be wonderful. Because I mean, hey, it would be nice for him to know that he is in the Onion Ring of Honor.
Yes. Anyway, to get bacon from Charlie the Bacon Guy at gmail.com. He's on Instagram at Charlie the Bacon Guy and on Twitter at CZ the Bacon Guy. Get in touch with him and he will figure it out and you'll get your bacon and you will be fat and happy because it is just absolutely phenomenal. We are in the works. Episode 200 is coming soon. We're like 170 something. I think there's like 179 maybe this week.
Oh, okay.
So we're approaching show number 200 and he's thinking about a specialty 200 show bacon. Remember, our 100 show bacon was the jalapeno garlic, which to me is still the goat of the Charlie bacons.
This is 180.
This is 180. Okay, great. Perfect. Yeah, we're on our way. So if my math is correct, we're 20 away from show 200. And it'll come out right in the spring. Be really perfect. So we're going to do that as I keep burping. I'm sorry. I'm going to stop drinking it. Get in touch with Charlie. Charlie the Bacon Guy at gmail.com, at CZ the Bacon Guy on Twitter, and at Charlie the Bacon Guy on Instagram. All right, we have no voicemails today. If you'd like to leave us one for next week, 708-858-3314. But we've got some emails, and Rick's going to read some resumes.
Yes, for Jay's replacement.
As my replacement is underway. So we got one here from Doug from Homewood. He says, hey, Jay, when you travel to Wisconsin, please make sure you stop at Quick Trip gas stations. It's possibly the best gas station cuisine known to mankind. I recommend the chicken tenders with a side of ranch, but many other selections are amazing depending on your tastes. Enjoy. All right, I'll keep an eye out for Quick Trip. I also want to try to get to that Max mac and cheese that we talked about last week. The Marlboro Lights mac and cheese.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I mean, look. It's going to be a very cheesy weekend. I might just have to rip this monitor off my arm for one weekend, too, because I don't need to be sounding alarms everywhere I go.
Yeah.
But yeah, I cannot wait for this Door County trip. But yeah, thanks for the tip. Quick Trip. I'll put it on my list. And if I see one on the way up, which I'm sure I will be sure to pull over for some tendies.
Is there now at Max Mac and Cheese, is there also like an unexpected cheese in there that sideswipes you unnecessarily?
It's called the Bus Toss Mac and Cheese. They also have the obscure movie reference mac and cheese and the Who is Chris Letang mac and cheese. Oh, those are my favorite ones.
Oh, see, mine is the I appreciate that the menu is in agate form.
All right.
These are jokes literally just for us.
They are just for us. And a handful of other people too.
Yeah, people that are very tuned into things happening at the score. All right, the next one here from Matt. Hey, Fat, this past weekend I had some friends over to watch some NFL playoff games. Decided to go simple with it and provided some all-beef hot dogs and all the proper toppings anyone would want, along with chips and some dip. Other friends brought food as well, including buffalo chicken dip. There we go. One of my friends decided to slap some of that buffalo chicken dip on top of the hot dog, and a new flavor combination I never knew I needed was born that afternoon. It worked perfectly. I would recommend you try it yourself if in a similar situation. This situation got me to wondering, what, if anything, is your most absurd fat food combination you've ever tried?
Oh, man. I feel like we get this a lot, and I always struggle to answer it.
Same here. Also, like, I'm clearly not quite as adventurous with, like, putting dumb crap together. I'm a volume person where it's like, I know what I like. I know it's going to make me fat, and I eat a lot of it.
I think that buffalo chicken dip, as Matt says, is something that can really be used for anything. You could kind of you could top anything with that, and it's going to be good. The buffalo chicken hot dog is that is inspired. I just use I will stick things in other food, like you said, like the hot dog, like a cocktail weenie, or I have dipped like a chicken tender in buffalo chicken dip.
Oh yeah,
like that. I do that kind of stuff all the time. But I don't think I've ever we talk about our guy that the Blammers guy.
Yes,
the bun.
Like that is like it's the what was it, the okie doke popcorn? The hot dog. Was it corned beef? I forget exactly what the Blammer sandwich was, and it's like just it's myriad ingredients on a bun.
The bun,
and that's what puts it all together.
Yes.
I have not been that creative. I promise to be better.
Yeah, I have to claim the same. I wish I was.
Yeah, or I just do it and don't even think about it that much, which could be the reality. Like maybe I just do it a lot, and I'm just like, oh yeah, that's normal for me because I'm fat.
All right. I have resumes.
Yeah, I know.
Now, should I read all of them or do we do one a week? I don't know how we do this. I don't know how many resumes we're going to get.
Well, look, if you think you can replace me on the show, send us your resumes. I'm fatpod@gmail.com. Why don't we read let's where are we at on time here? I don't want to bore everybody. Let's do one this week. Let's do the first one this week.
Okay, so here's a taste. If you were like, I don't quite know what they mean.
Yeah.
Here's something that we're looking for. All right. This is our guy, Nolan. Rick, here's my application to be your new co-host on the podcast. While my credentials aren't much, they are better than the normie who's with you now. All right. Application. McDonald's. Either a double quarter pounder meal, large fries, and a large Coke, or a 20-piece nugget and large Coke, or 3 McDoubles and 2 McChickens.
Ooh. Stuck that last one in there,
Solid.
huh?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
We kind of burying the lead there a little bit, but okay. Culver's. Double Butterburger meal, large, with a large, used to be Mountain Dew, now it'll be Coke. Okay. Or 8-piece buffalo tender and large cheese curd, or just a family cheese curd by itself.
All right. Fair.
Arby's. 2 beef and cheddars, large curly fry, and a Coke. That's pretty much my default Arby's order, except I add mozzarella sticks because, you have to.
Yeah.
Taco Bell. Must be nice. 2 steak crunch wraps and 2 beef 5-way burritos. Pizza? Yes. Wendy's. Double cheeseburger meal, large, with Coke, and 2 4-piece nuggets and a Frosty. Jimmy John's. 16-inch 5-meat gargantuan. Rick, I hope this helps while making your decision for your future show plans, and I thank you for any consideration. This is Nolan, waist size 46, 320 pounds, P.S. Screw you, Odyssey.
Diabetes, heart failure, high blood pressure.
Nolan, I bow to you. That is impressive.
That's good.
Yeah, I cannot hang with that. If you need to can me, I understand.
Yeah, that's some of those are impressive. Now the Arby's one lacks a little bit, but we did talk about Arby's already and why that may be. You can't get a side of something else along with your meal.
Yeah.
So
or Jamocha shake.
Yeah, my grandma loved the Jamocha shake. We would go to Arby's with her sometimes just so she could get the Jamocha shake, and everything else was just secondary for her.
They're good. I don't know what Jamocha is.
Yeah.
I am sure it's mocha. Is it like Java mocha? Is that what Jamocha is?
Yeah, I think so.
What?
So, okay. So speaking of downtown Naperville, I'm pretty sure I've mentioned the place on the podcast before, as Arby's became the go-to Jamocha shake spot when Can You Say Cock Robin on the Radio closed down. It was so by downtown Naperville on Washington, you know how there's the old school looking Burger King?
Yeah.
It was like a couple blocks closer to downtown was where Cock Robin was. Kind of right on the edge of in the shadow of the North Central Football Stadium.
Sure. Yep.
That's where Cock Robin was. And that was especially when my grandpa was alive. So when I was young, 'cause he died when I was in 6th grade, that was where we would go if we had My grandma would get a taste for a Jamocha shake, and it's like, okay, we're going and like just deal with it.
All right, so
twist our arm.
Jamocha shake is a combination of coffee, ice cream, and mocha syrup. There you go. It's very little coffee. I drank that when I was in high school. Like that had no coffee taste. I didn't drink coffee until I was 33.
I mean, I still don't drink coffee.
Yeah, you should. Coffee's so good. My God, it's like you just got to get through that like initial like this is not great.
Yeah,
and then once you figure out like what exactly
it's like beer.
It is like beer. Yeah, it is. And don't start with Starbucks because Starbucks is very burnt.
Yeah, isn't that like? I mean, in a way, it's like you're not maybe not hardcore person, but closer to that.
It's just real bitter. Like I don't mind now that I like coffee. I don't mind it, but I always had to get like something. Like I don't get Starbucks like coffee. I usually get an iced coffee or like a frappe or something like that. Whereas if I go to a diner, that diner is a place to get into coffee because you can throw in like the hazelnut creams and the Irish creams and all that stuff, and that's what's really good. But dude, I love coffee. When we were in a Sur La Table today, they had like a $5,000 coffee machine. Like, what does this do? Like, does it seriously like make me? They go, mint chocolate coffee, and it just like somehow spits it out.
Yeah, right.
Like, how good could it be? How good can coffee get?
Right.
I love it. I just don't think it can get to justify me spending $5,000 for a machine.
Yeah, that's insane.
Here's my thing, and we're going to wrap up soon, but I think at some point you obtain a certain amount of wealth, and you've got money, and you don't need anything, but you just don't know what to do with it. And you're like...
Fun bills!
Exactly. And you're just like, I have money for this, so I should probably get it because it must be really good. So, yeah, here's $5,000 for a coffee machine. Great. Put it in my mansion. Like, I'm not even really judging. I just feel like there's another place in downtown Naperville that was like Alaskan Outfitters. It had some other name.
Yeah.
We walked in there. I'm like, oh, this looks like cool stuff. And then I'm like, oh, these socks look warm. $40.
Yeah.
Oh, this jacket's nice. $450. I'm like,
yeah.
Come on. Like, where am I going? You know what I mean? Like, where am I going? I need $40 socks, and that's it. Rich people to say, I guess because it's expensive, it must be worth it.
What's our place that had the commercials that I never remember the name to for the underwear?
Oh, Duluth.
Thank you, Duluth Trading with their $25 underwear.
Yeah, I was in there this week too. I got a shirt from for my birthday that didn't fit me that I had to return, and it was like a 3/4 zip. It was nice. It just didn't fit me right.
Yeah,
and I'm like, I don't know.
Was it? Let me guess, too big?
It was too short.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
I get that.
I'm like, it was a gift. I don't have the receipt. They're like, cool, we'll just run it, and we'll find the account of the person that bought it for you, and then we'll just give you store credit. It's like a $90 3/4 zip. I'm like, all right. So I walked around and found this kind of like cool like zip hoodie.
Yeah,
it was kind of like an in between weather thing. Like, great, that'll work.
Or you could have gotten 2 pairs of underwear.
Yeah, dude, I seriously thought about like doing that or like long underwear.
Okay,
like just buying some top of the line long underwear, but I was like, whatever. And I think I owed them 13 cents after I gave them the gift card,
great.
and then so it worked out perfectly. But anyway, yeah, it's hey man, it's a nice problem to have, I guess.
Can you tell when we do podcasts on a Sunday night? These are the ones that are always the like most random.
Oh yeah, we had a lot of random stuff to talk about this week, though.
That is true. Yeah, it definitely went to it.
Yep.
All right, follow us on all of our social media at I'm Fat Pod. I'm Fat Pod at gmail.com. Send in your resumes to replace Jay Zawoski as co-host of the I'm Fat podcast. We've got a couple still in the chamber. We're here for plenty more. Because then in a week where we don't have as much, we can rely on those. That's just kind of how these things work. Check out the Patreon if you so choose. If you like TeePublic, whether it's our stuff or someone else's, preferably our stuff, I'mFatMerch.com. Then we get the kickback if you go through our link, and kickbacks are good. Just ask any politician. YouTube.com/I'mFatPodcast. Subscribe and then like the video. each video. That helps us a lot. Subscribe, unsubscribe, resubscribe, unsubscribe, and resubscribe to the podcast. Hey, we got some ratings this week. Yay, let's keep that going. I'll read one next week as well. And reviews, all that stuff. And the best thing you can do is check out our sponsor, Charlie the Bacon Guy, Mazda of Orland Park, and Frato's Culinary Kitchen. So for Jay, I'm Rick, and this is the I'm Fat Podcast.
I hope you have a fantastic day.